Lordy have mercy in the blessed name of Jesus. I mean, just when I thought I might be able to get some rest from the Fani Willis reality show, I mean, notwithstanding the fact that the judge all but told her that it would probably be a good idea for her to keep her big mouth closed about the Trump RICO case. I mean, you mean to tell me that now she is out here on this courthouse internet running her big mouth again?
In this case, like in every case, we will handle things in a way that we believe is reasonable, in a way that is lawful. I think what the media should focus on this case and everything, are the charges, the facts, and the law, and leave all the drama behind. I'm 52 years old. It really ain't that interesting if I'm in a relationship or not. It just ain't. It's not cool to anybody, and it ain't that sensational of a story. So let's focus on the case and the law and the facts. My team's been continuing to work, and I think the media, and especially organizations like your own, have been paying attention. All while that was going on, we were writing responsive briefs. We were still doing the case in the way that it needed to be done. I don't feel like we've been slowed down at all. I do think that there are efforts to slow down this train, but the train is coming.
Hi there, I'm Professor Blackmore, and welcome back to my channel. And I'm coming back to you today to yet again ascertain if Sister Fani Willis has been sipping on that Grey Goose. Oh, but anyway, y'all, let me stay focused, because as you know, ain't nobody gonna stop Sister Fani from running her damn mouth. And as such, you know she did not hesitate to get her backside out here on this courthouse internet to let it be known that she is about that life.
I don't feel like we've been slowed down at all. I do think that there are efforts to slow down this train, but the train is coming.
Well, all right, Sister Fani, don't be so biggity, baby girl. I mean, if I were you, I would at least wait until the Georgia Court of Appeals and the Georgia Supreme Court find in your favor before you start talking about where the train is going, because it might not even leave the damn station. And if you ask me, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations better get over there to that church and dust for fingerprints and look behind some of them trees over there to see what else she's hiding besides Easter eggs. Because I don't think we've uncovered all that Sister Fani and her lover, Brother Wade, were hiding, allegedly. Like them damn text messages, because I can't wait to read all of those love notes and whatnot, if you know what I mean. Because I am sure they will set this internet on pure fire. Notwithstanding, however, I do see why Sister Fani feels so emboldened to be out and about hiding Easter eggs and so forth and so on, because the news media in that region is 100% behind her, while they're helping her to fix her hair and throwing her these softball safe space interviews.
I'm gonna go like this. That one hair is loving your eyelash. Do you feel like right now this is also a good way to remind the community that you are out here, you're working for them, kind of reclaim your reputation in a way with Fulton County? Do you think something like this might help remind people who you are?
I don't think my reputation needs to be reclaimed, so I guess we'll start there.
Okay, Sister Fani, so the judge says that the court does not condone your, quote, tremendous lapse in judgment or the unprofessional manner of your testimony during the evidentiary hearing, end quote. That your actions are indicative of a person, quote, making bad choices, even repeatedly, end quote. That should be turned over to, quote, other forums or sources of authority such as the Georgia General Assembly, the Georgia State Ethics Commission, the State Bar of Georgia, the Fulton County Board of Commissioners, or the voters of Fulton County who may offer further feedback on any unanswered questions, end quote. And so, Lord knows there are numerous unanswered questions, Your Honor. But I guess that ain't none of my business. So, Sister Fani, If you don't think any of this is extremely damaging to your reputation, then why are you out here on this Easter egg hunt campaign to make everybody think all of a sudden that you're this paragon of community service?
So today we're doing a Easter egg hunt, and it's a lot of fun for our children. We do it every year in the community. We do it with a nonprofit organization called WAVE, which is We All Value Excellence, that is mainly made up of police officers and law enforcement officers.
And are there other events like this held throughout the year?
Absolutely. We do a book bag hunt. Most of the focus of WAVE is to give back to either children or the homeless. And it actually started giving back to the homeless. And then we found out there was such a population of homeless children. And so it kind of grew as a natural arm. And so we do things at Thanksgiving, things at Christmas, things just during the year. No matter what was going on, I'm not going to miss these events. We will be doing our book bag drive in July like we always do. We will do our coat drive in November. We will do our toy drive at the holidays.
Okay, Sister Fani, yes, we all value excellence, especially from the elected district attorney, because I guess the name of this nonprofit organization, WAVE, We All Value Excellence, holds absolutely no irony in your mind, because all of the people watching this mess that you're passing off, make no mistake about it, baby girl, we all value excellence. And I guarantee you one thing that I came away with after watching Sister Fani's public service announcement, and that is that absolutely no irony seems to be lost on her, and that she is very delusional about how people really feel about how all of this mess looks for her. And I mean, she is very delusional.
I feel like there's any difference at all this year than past years, just with recent attention that you've gotten? Do you feel different being out and about right now?
I feel more loved. Actually, I've gotten a lot of support from women that surprised me. I wasn't thinking that I was going to be the face of women, but women of every nationality, African American women, Caucasian women, have been really embracing. Sometimes I think they tell me they're praying for me, but just really, really embracing, very proud of me. So it's very interesting to see how proud of women are of what they see in me, and that's very humbling. And when I tell you the outpouring of women, and I'll tell you this, especially African American women, who will just say, we are so proud, you are such a good representative of us. But I would be lying to say it's only African American women. I have had Caucasian women, Asian women, Indian women. I told Jeff one day, I didn't think I was the face of the feminist movement, but somehow I became it. And I think that women feel like women are treated differently when they're professionals, and they're proud to see someone that is strong and trying to do the right job, certainly flawed, like every human being is flawed. My father has a saying, only one perfect man walked the face of the earth, and they crucified him. I am not a perfect human being, but what I am is a hard-working human being.
Girl, you better hope somebody don't crucify your ass. I mean, baby girl, you're not the face of women. And although I'm praying for you in the strongest possible way that the Lord will deliver you from this thirst for a man so strong that you will let it ruin your career and professional reputation to this degree, because the person that I am really praying for is Brother Wade's wife. And be clear, Sister Fani, I am not proud of you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, baby girl. And while I can't speak for the Caucasian women, the Asian women, or the Indian women, or the monolith of black women, I will speak for this black woman who has practiced law for many years and who is as black as they come. And what I will say, Sister Fani, is that you are not a good representative for me at all, baby girl, period. Because there is no way that I would be this desperate for another man's husband, allegedly. And I don't know what kind of hard work you can be doing when you're on a Bahamian cruise, lavishing yourself in the Bahamas from October the 28th to October the 31st, 2022, in Aruba from November the 1st to November the 4th, 2022, on another Bahamian cruise to the Bahamas, at the end of December of 2022, in Belize from March 18th to March 22nd of 2023, and in Napa Valley, California from May the 12th to May 14th, 2023. Oh, but anyway, y'all, let me stay focused, because if you thought this was the end of Sister Fani's delusions about all of this mess, then you better think again, because she could have knocked me over with a feather when she doubled down on her delusional ideations when she said this.
We're not going to miss or skip a beat because of all the noise or the distraction on one case. We're going to continue to do our work. I don't feel like my reputation needs to be reclaimed. Let's say it for the record. I'm not embarrassed by anything I've done. I guess my greatest crime is I had a relationship with a man, but that's not something that I find embarrassing in any way. And I know that I have not done anything that's illegal. And so I don't feel like my reputation needs to be reclaimed.
Okay, now, Sister Fani, you have not done anything that is illegal? Okay, now, baby girl. Now, either you're not aware that lying under oath is illegal, or you're dealing with an even more extreme case of delusional ideation, and you don't think that you lied at all. But let me refresh your memory.
Did Mr. Wade ever visit you at the condo that you leased from Miss Yurdi?
He visited that condo, yes.
He did.
Yes.
Did he ever spend the night at that condo?
No.
Just visited.
Yeah, but he did visit for sure.
But what we had our investigator do was narrow it down. We got all the raw data and we had him narrow down, and we actually excluded a ton of things that were not right on top of this location. Like, we wanted to be very, very careful just to have what was literally right on top of this location. So he created a geolocation fence, which...
The location you're talking about is Miss Yurdi's condo?
Yes,
okay.
It is Miss Yurdi's condo, that area. So he was able to find, essentially, just to summarize a couple of things, where Mr. Wade would call Miss Willis at midnight, something like that. And then all of a sudden his phone would travel, and you can actually watch it. When you do the live Cellhawk, the app, it's pretty cool. You can actually watch the phone travel, and it's pinging from his house all the way down to the condo at midnight, 1 a.m. And he calls her when he gets there. And then it goes silent for 4 or 5 hours. And then, early in the morning hours, he starts pinging again, driving back, and then he texts her when he gets home.
This is before he gets hired in November of 21.
Yes.
I understand your testimony is you never took a trip to D.C. with Mr. Wade.
That's correct.
Personal or business?
That's correct.
Were you ever in D.C. at the same time as Mr. Wade?
I was not.
On personal or business?
No, me and Mr. Wade have not been to D.C. at the same time. However, since Mr. Wade has been on this case, he's been to D.C. Since Mr. Wade has been on to this case, I've been to D.C. What has not happened is we have not been in the District of Columbia at the same time. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about with what you asked me is if I've been to D.C. personally, because I got a lot of personal friends in that area. But I know that I have been to D.C. I did an interview at Howard University. I went to D.C. for that. Seems like I've been to D.C. one other time. Oh, I went to D.C. for the Global Summit. Actually, yeah, those were 2 separate trips.
My next question is based on her opening the door, and therefore I'll just ask it, and Your Honor can decide whether or not it's appropriate. When you went to D.C., did you go to the White House?
I did not go to the White House.
No. Well, apparently I'm going to get the answer anyhow. There you have it. Next question. Okay.
One of the other things I did was I did a open records for the White House access, and we had records that Miss Willis and the mayor of Atlanta were at meeting with the vice president.
Okay, and so this is the access history. Any further explanation of why Miss Willis was meeting with the Vice President of the United States?
No. I know Dexter Bonds, and I believe that's the same one that Mr. I think it's Dixon, the mayor of Atlanta was also there.
Okay, Sister Fani, so I guess maybe you had your fingers crossed behind your back when you said all of those things, because everybody could see you were telling flat out lies on the witness stand while you were supposed to be under oath to tell the truth. Allegedly. But I guess that ain't none of my business either. Because notwithstanding all of the outlandish things you've said in a matter of minutes, Sister Fani, I think the question is, have you violated any orders of the court?
In this case, like in every case, we will handle things in a way that we believe is reasonable, in a way that is lawful. I think what the media should focus on this case and everything are the charges, the facts, and the law, and leave all the drama behind. I'm 52 years old. It really ain't that interesting if I'm in a relationship or not. It just ain't. It's not cool to anybody, and it ain't that sensational of a story. So let's focus on the case and the law and the facts. My team's been continuing to work, and I think the media, and especially organizations like you are on, I've been paying attention. All while that was going on, we were writing responsive briefs. We were still doing the case in the way that it needed to be done. I don't feel like we've been slowed down at all. I do think that there are efforts to slow down this train, but the train is coming.
Now, be clear. Sister Fani knows exactly what she is doing. She has not done, nor is she doing anything that I would ever do by saying the things that she's saying. But quite frankly, all of the other attorneys are out and about talking about this case too. And to this point, Judge Brother McAfee says in his recent order, granting in part and denying in part the defendant's motion to disqualify Sister Fani, that, quote, Sister Fani's church speech did not specifically mention any defendant by name. Although not improvised or inadvertent, it also did not address the merits of the indicted offenses in an effort to move the trial itself to the court of public opinion. But it was still legally improper, end quote. And to this, ladies and gentlemen of this courthouse internet jury, I just ask you how you would feel if you had been indicted by a person who thereafter goes to a church wherein she knows her remarks will be played on national television and tells the entire Fulton County jury pool and the entire world that the defendants and their attorneys' actions have been motivated by racism and that God told her to indict you. I just ask you how you would feel if you were in that position. I mean, all of these things that Judge Brother McAfee mentions are cute, but they have nothing to do with how a juror would feel when they run across Sister Fani's church speech on the internet when they are asked to thereafter become a member of the jury veneer when the case comes to trial. But Brother McAfee states further, quote, providing this type of public comment creates dangerous waters for Sister Fani to wade further into. The time may well have arrived for an order preventing Sister Fani from mentioning the case in any public forum to prevent prejudicial pretrial publicity, which I say you could have done sua sponte. In other words, the judge on his own motion could have entered such a ruling. Nevertheless, he says, but that is not the motion presently before the court, end quote. And so, the quick answer is that neither Sister Fani nor any of the other parties in the case are in violation of any order of the court because this judge is very weak, in my opinion. And he does not have a good handle or control on any damn thing in this case. But I guess that ain't none of my business either. So, I'll ask you, ladies and gentlemen of this internet courthouse jury, what do you think? Do you think Sister Fani's reputation is intact to the extent that she does not need to be trying to reclaim it? And do you think she should be embarrassed for being so thirsty to try to do whatever she thought she was trying to do with another woman's husband? Do you think she did anything illegal when at the very least we all saw her telling outright lies on the witness stand in a court of law, allegedly? Do you think she is a role model for women and that we should be in any way, shape, form, or fashion proud of the example that she is setting? And do you think that Sister Fani Willis is the face of the freaking feminist movement? Please let me know what you think by leaving your comments in the comment section below. And I hope you'll also give me a big thumbs up. And I hope you'll also consider donating to this video and my entire channel ministry by donating to the ProfessorBlackmore.com Cash App. And I want to also ask that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel and set your notifications so you'll be notified when I come back with more hot tea from the church house, the courthouse, and everywhere else, honey child. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram.